Welcome back, everybody. In this video, we are going to be looking at inputting grades for an assignment you have created on option C. So once you've logged in and you're on the home page, you're going to go ahead up at the top and select My Classes, which is going to take you to your list of any classes that you are teaching or co-teaching. Our example assignment for this is going to be under homeroom, so I will be selecting this class, and I'm going to come over to the small icons over to the left. You will see the one as I hover over it here on the far right shows up as gradebook. It also looks like a little page with an A on it, so you're going to be selecting the gradebook there. And this will take you directly to your gradebook, which will show you any assignments you have posted across the top. It will also show you the full roster of your students for that particular class. Now for each assignment, it will have up at the top the name of said assignment, where you can select to grade it. It will also highlight if it is graded or not, and I'll go over that in just a moment. It will include the category that you selected for that particular assignment, the due date, the total points, and then once the assignment is graded, it will also give you the average score for that class. Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to grade this assignment. So we're going to come here where it says grade it and select, and it's going to take you in to a page that looks like this. Okay, each student is listed. There's an option to put in point values. So we'll just start and we'll go ahead and we'll put in some kind of generic scores for some students. Okay. So you'll just type in for each student whatever score they earned. If a student is excused for an assignment for any reason, you're going to use these little check boxes. Excused or excluded is E. So you can click that button and you can see it takes away the point value box for that student, and it shows that they will not earn points or lose points for that assignment. Maybe a student submitted an assignment late and you need that noted. You're going to select the second box with the L, and that will mark it as late. On the main screen, and I'll show you in a moment what that looks like, it will show a little stopwatch to denote it as late. If the student hasn't submitted the assignment yet at all, you'll use the third box over with the M for missing. And then maybe the student has left the class for whatever reason, and they are just not going to be included for that particular assignment. Maybe you need to hide it. So you'll use the fourth column, which up at the top you can see it has the H, and that's hide. So you can hide that assignment. Okay, and all of these are also listed at the top if you forget what any of those are for. The comments section here is where you can put in any notes you want your students and their parents to see. Those will show up here when you type those in. So maybe you want to tell a student they did a particularly good job, or maybe the student has something missing and you want their parent to know they were absent for that assignment. You can put that note in. The private comments section to the far right is where you can put in any notes that you alone need to see or remember. These will not be seen by the parents or the students. And then down at the very bottom, there are two options to show assignment grades to student and parents. Generally, you're going to leave that toggled on as yes so that the students can see what their grades are. And then include this assignment in the calculated grade for class. If you've graded it, you can go ahead, select yes, and it will include that grade in the overall score. Or you could be like me and forget to change that, and you just leave it as is, and I'll show you how to fix that on the main page. But then once all your grades are in, you can go ahead and hit save, and it will pop up and show you that it was saved successfully. And you can come back in and it will show you the scores that we put in for those students. Now you can see where a comment was put in for a student because it will have a little speech bubble next to their score. The student that was excluded, they don't have a score value. Instead, it just has an E for exclude or excused. If an assignment is late, as I said, it shows the little clock or stopwatch there next to the score to denote that it was late. If an assignment is missing, it does not show up as the X or as a score. Instead, it shows up as an M to denote that it is indeed missing. Same for a hidden score. It shows up as an H. Okay. Now, once a student turns in an assignment, let's say the student was able to turn in their missing assignment, maybe you don't want to go back through all of those students, you can select just that individual student alone. You can turn off missing. Maybe you need to switch it to late because they turned it in past the due date. And then you are going to put in whatever that score is now and hit save. And it will adjust for that individual student alone. Another option when doing grades, I'll get rid of a few of these so I can show you, is maybe you did a participation activity, something along those lines, and you're going to put in a single score for all of your students. Maybe as long as they completed it, they're going to get a few bonus points, or maybe it was extra credit, however, whatever's going on in that scenario. But maybe you want all your students to end up with 10 points. You can use at the very top of your grade book this change all option. You can put your score in, and once you click off, it will update the score for all students to that value. And then you can hit save. Again, it will show that it saved successfully. And once you go back out, you will see that all of those students now have that score. The final thing I would like to show you for this is, as I said, maybe you forgot on the bottom of the assignment to click include the assignment in the calculated score. That's a super easy fix. Right here next to where you clicked grade it initially, you will see a little gray check mark. This is your little note to yourself of whether or not it is included in the calculated score. If it is showing up gray like this, it is not being included as part of the calculated total grade. So all you have to do, simply click the little circle and it will turn that check mark to green, and you know it is now going to be included as part of the calculated final grade. If you have any questions about inputting grades, making any changes, please just let me know.